At the beginning of the year, 8 women and 10 men from 15 countries arrived into a bitterly cold Swiss winter. While the locals complained about the constant sub-zero temperatures, the UCI World Cycling Centre's WCC trainee athletes, the majority from much warmer climes, got resolutely down to work. When it was too cold or slippery to ride outside, the UCI WCC coaches found them indoor alternatives. The men's group, which arrived earlier than the women, spent 1 month in Spain to get in some quality training on roads clear of snow and ice. The trainees, aged between 18 and 25, have now proven themselves in the first races of the season and, together with their coaches, look forward to the season's next major objectives. Women trainees, many on familiar territory. The UCI WCC held no secrets for half of the women's group, who were returning to the Swiss training center for the second, and a few cases third, consecutive year. And stronger than ever, according to UCI WCC coach Alejandro González-Tablas, when they went back to their respective countries at the end of last year, they used the break to assimilate all they had learned. On arriving back in Switzerland at the beginning of this year, their skills such as descending and riding in a peloton were just as sharp, or even better, than when they left. Their increased confidence and constant progress means that this year they have targeted races of a higher level than last year. UCI World Cycling Centre's women athletes with their coach Alejandro González-Tablas. One of the highlights so far has been the Princess Maha Chakri Sarinthorns Cup Women's Tour of Thailand, April 8–10, a Class 2.1 event on the UCI international calendar. The team of 5 came away with 3 stage podiums, including 3rd place in the team time trial, and a win for sprinter That Nguyen Vai in the 2nd stage. In the overall classifications, the WCC riders claimed 3rd in the team's classification, 2nd in the points classification and 3rd in the mountains classification, with Nguyen, and the top 2 spots in the classification for Best Southeast Asian Rider, with Nguyen in Thailand, Svetdar and Samrat. There is a lot of cohesion in the group, explains their coach. Each of them has a specific role or goal going into a race, and they work together very well. Events coming up on the calendar include one-day races such as the Trophy Marinewinens 1.1 in Belgium on May 6 and the Grand Prix du Plumelec Morbihan Dames 1.1 in France 3 weeks later. Men trainees, learning from experience like the women, the men's group has also been targeting races of a higher level than in previous years. Their coach Jean-Jacques Henry points out that something is to be learned from every race. This is one of the first years we have tackled such high-level races so early on, and it is helping them progress. He cites the recent Liège-Bastogne-Liège U23 as an example. Despite some tactical errors from the team at the beginning of the race, the center's best-placed athlete, Barnabas P. Hunt, was in line for a top 10 placing at 7 kilometers from the end. However, a crash saw him lose time and finish 37th. Their coach says, the higher the level, the more they pay for even the slightest error. We try to make them think during a race. We envisage a huge number of different situations at the race briefing, but it is up to them to recognize the situations and react, he adds. We try to create a good understanding between everyone, which isn't easy with the language barrier. But it is beginning to gel now. The men have enjoyed success in podiums closer to home, such as victory in Switzerland's Grand Prix Mobilier on April 2 with Panama's Franklin Archibald. The group has a busy schedule coming up with races such as the Tour de Bretagne in France, April 25 to May 1, the Vuelta Bidasoa in Spain, May 9 to 12, a Travers Les Hauts de France, May 18 to 20, and Paris-Roubaix U23, May 27. The major goal before September's UCI Road World Championships will be the Tour de l'Avenir, August 17 to 26, final event of the UCI Nations Cup U23. 2 UCI World Cycling Centre trainees in the mix at L'Enfer du Chablais, Sway. UCI WCC Director Frédéric Magnier explained that aim of the centre's training camps was to expose riders to high-level racing. These athletes are among the best in their own countries, and our aim is to accompany them up to the next level, he said. Riding in a peloton of more experienced cyclists forces them to dig deep both physically and mentally. They learn to read a race, think intelligently, and save their strength and power for use in key moments of racing. It is fantastic to see how they progress. The road trainees currently at the UCI World Cycling Centre come from Trinidad.